Jonathan, tell me about OurCrowd for people that may not know about it.
So OurCrowd is the world's largest democratic venture investing platform. We allow people from all over the world to invest in great startups that are being built here in Israel and around the world. They're changing the world in areas such as cybersecurity, mobility, healthcare, ag tech. They're creating the next big thing. And today we have thousands of investors from 186 countries who've come literally on a tech pilgrimage to Israel to go look at these companies, to celebrate their achievements, and to evaluate potential investment.
Describe OurCrowd now. It's 2020. Describe where you're at right now.
We're a little over $1 billion in assets that we manage. We have 212 companies that we've invested in. We've had 36 exits, which means these companies that we invest are private companies, but 36 of them have already been bought by big companies, the likes of Intel or Uber, or big Japanese companies like Canon. And we are doing really well. People are making money, and but more importantly, we're doing good. The problem is that the world faces a lot of challenges, as your viewers know. And the challenges run the gamut from whether it's virus outbreaks or security problems or even just feeding the world. Many of these solutions require technologies, excellence. And here in Israel, we're really good at this innovation stuff, and OurCrowd is identifying the best Israeli companies where we can bring to bear our global network of investors. They go to our website, they come here to our conference, and then they choose which ones they like to invest. In America, they have to be what are called accredited investors, which means they have to have $1 million of assets. There are about 14 million households who have them. I hope a lot of your viewers have been so blessed. Those are allowed at the moment, according to regulations, to invest in OurCrowd and OurCrowd companies. I hope the regulations will change soon and open this kind of investment up to a much broader audience.
You talked about it earlier, about Israel turning curses into blessings. What do you mean by that?
People ask themselves often, look, you're a little country, 9 million people. How come you're curing cancer, and how come you're solving for Parkinson's tremor, and how come you're helping the Australians fight those horrible fires, and how come you're solving problems of cybersecurity or shooting missiles out of the sky? What do you guys put in the water here? And the answer is that we have a long tradition in the Jewish people of turning curses into blessings. You look at the story of Bilam and Balak in the Bible, where Balak hired Bilam, who was the chief curser of his day. He was the master. And yet when he tried to curse the people of Israel, out came a blessing. It turns out that blessing is what we say as Orthodox Jews every morning when we go to synagogue. How goodly are the tents, Jacob. We do that. So if we don't have water, we become masters of water. We desalinate, we drip irrigate. If we have to send our kids to the army and put themselves in harm's way, our kids become mission driven. They grow up, they become leaders, they work as teams, they get exposed to great technology. If we don't have really a big market here because we're so small, that forces us to become global leaders, to go attack markets all over the world. So these are examples of how Israel has essentially, in almost like a Asian martial arts maneuver, taken the energy of the threat and turned it around in a positive way. I look at it more biblically. I think that this is our destiny here in Israel. Your viewers know that we were destined to be an Or LaGoyim, a light to the nations. And this is the manifestation of that prophecy, of that destiny. Israel today is providing solutions to problems that affect the world. And whether it's the coronavirus or cancer or hunger, our companies are on it. We'd love to invite your viewers to join us and to fund them, to invest in them, but more importantly, to help them. If you go to our website, OurCrowd.com, and you see a great company which is fighting cancer, introduce them to your hospital. If you see a great company which has firefighting technology by using drone software, bring them to your fire department. This way, you can not only help Israel grow, which is, as you know, our economy is booming. You can help the world, you can help your own local community, and if you're an investor, you can make some money too.
Wow, I would say amen to that, Jonathan.
Thank you so much.
And where do you see OurCrowd going from here? What's the future?
The future is spreading this blessing and this message around the world. We have now 42,000 investors on the platform. I'd like someday, God willing, to be at 400,000 or 4 million. In order to do that, we have to build the network, we have to get the message out, we have to help these incredible entrepreneurs who are telling their stories. What drove me wild today, what made my heart sing, was to see patients who had been cured from their cancer or their tremor by OurCrowd companies, which we funded, right? Your viewers or our investors are putting money to work, and people's lives are being changed for the better. Nothing better than that. It gets me up in the morning. I'm a very lucky man, and delighted to talk to you today.
Great to be with you.
Thank you. My pleasure.